Hello. Thank you for joining us for our demo program today. Today, we have prepared AnyJet 2 demonstrations to show you the benefits that you can achieve by using AnyJet 2. And we will try to give you an on-site experience with this demo program. Before we get started, I will briefly explain the market trends, and the background at why we started development of AnyJet 2. First of all, this is researched by NAPCO. And this chart shows you the current trends in the label and package printing industry. As you can see, customers in the market consider the most on reducing the cost of additional consumables, such as plates, dies, and accommodating with short-run jobs. Next chart also indicates that demand of short-run jobs and personalization are most important aspects to consider in digital printing. In summary, the majority of customers in the market expect that easy-to-use and short-run jobs, personalized variable data printing, the elimination of plates and die costs, and substrate differentiation when they consider purchasing digital printer. Meeting both market expectations and requirements, we designed 100% inline systems for short-run jobs, software that responds to personalized trends, and 100% digital systems to eliminate cost of plate or die. Furthermore, to expand usability, we also considered machine that can produce labels as well as flexible packaging. Focusing on these four trends, we started to develop inline machine that can eliminate job changing time and cost of die making. And finally we launched AnyJet 2, that the most suitable machine for short-run job and make your business profitable. There are many benefits that you can achieve while using AnyJet 2. It has maximum production speed at 18 meters per minute, and remove job changing time with auto job changeover system. I would like to emphasize again, it is production speed. You can deliver approximately 10,000 labels to your customer in 1 hour. You can even print in high resolution using less ink. You can check it out in detail while watching the demo. It is user-friendly machine that you only need 3 days of training to be an expert with AnyJet 2. It is small footprint machine that can be installed in office environment. And you can produce multiple applications with AnyJet 2. There are many applications that you can use AnyJet 2. First, let's look at printing part of AnyJet 2. With MMJet technology, you can have bright color printing and high-resolution printing such as smooth gradation, skin tone printing. Also, printing small size text up to 3 font size and variable data, such as barcodes and QR codes with AnyFlow software. Besides, you can print on flexible packaging media. With laser cutting technology, you can have various cutting functions without die making. Let's have a look at what you can do with laser. Long label cutting that impossible to do with rotary die cutting, ticket application, glass fiber reflective media cutting, and laser scribing for easy opening pouch, also can be done with AnyJet 2. Today we have prepared 3 demo programs and we prepare it by application to show you the usability of AnyJet 2. First, we are going to show you AnyJet 2's powerful function, Auto Job Changeover. This is a smart feature that automatically changing jobs without user interruption. This could be very useful if you have multiple jobs in small quantity. Each job, AnyJet 2 prints a QR code containing cutting data. And the job changeover sensor detects the data, and automatically sending it to the cutter. The user just inputs the design, cutting lines, quantity, and setting values into the AnyFlow software, and then simply presses the start button. As you can see, the first job is being printed and cut. Now the printer is paused in order to output the following actions. The transition time is approximately 10 to 15 seconds between jobs. The printer is receiving a signal, so it is now printing the next job. As you can see, without needing any intervention, it has switched to the next job and is cutting. With analog machines, a lot of waste is thrown back and forth, but with AnyJet 2's auto job changeover function there's only 20 centimeters of waste between jobs and the overall time is dramatically reduced. Since there isn't much output due to our limited demonstration time, you can check out the consumable cost and time for printing 100 pieces of each print in the table. When talking about the advantages, I said the ink consumption was low. As you can see, the cost per label is low. Also, when we produce 100 copies of each of these 3 jobs, it only takes 7 minutes. 7 minutes is similar to the die setting time for a single job, and we at AnyJet 2 can print, laminate, die cut, remove waste, and slit all 3 design labels in just 7 minutes. AnyJet 2 can cut 225 by 225 mm in a single cutting, but if you use the split cut function, you can cut labels lengthwise. The split cutting function allows the laser to cut at the cutting's endpoint without cutting the long label at once. This function ensures that the cutting is accurate in a single line without error when the cutting's start and end points are exactly the same. Laser cutting is important, but it is only possible when the media is transported without a break. AnyJet 2 uses a media guide and a variety of technology which enables the accurate transfer of media without leaning to either side. You can also load a long label image from the AnyFlow software and click on the split cut button. The software will then automatically calculate and send the data to the cutter, even if the user doesn't divide the cutting line. These long labels are very difficult to cut when using flexible die because it has a cylinder diameter limit, therefore limiting the length so it cannot cut long labels. Also, the laser can cut various types of paper and can be used as a full cut, making it possible to cut advertisement banners, posters, and ticket labels as well as long labels. One of the biggest features of AnyJet 2 is that it can print pouches in addition to labels. Short-run jobs are more difficult in the flexible packaging market than in the label market. Using an analog gravure printer means having to print hundreds of thousands of copies. And even if you print with an expensive high-end digital press, you still have to print at least a few million copies. However, using AnyJet 2 you can deal with short-run flexible packaging orders for a reasonable price. More and more short-run products will be made as samples, promotions, and handmade products for marketability testing, and many customers will prefer small volume orders that don't involve unnecessary inventory even if it costs a bit more. You all know the advantages of small volume digital printing with the possibility to print as much as you want as well as order and deliver within a day because it doesn't require plate and die. As you can see, AnyJet 2 prints full color and variable data all at once. It can also do laminating inline without the hassle of having to use a separate laminating machine. What you're looking at here is Easy Cut, which is quickly scratching the media with a laser. After the work is done, if you fill and seal the products with a vertical filler, it is very simple to make a pouch. As you can see in coffee or pouches, this cut function can be easily ripped open by laser cutting the guideline on the package. Next, I will introduce the various laser cutting functions. This demonstration program will show you the various laser cutting functions by cutting a door hanger that is usually hung on the front of hotel room doors. Here you can see various laser cutting functions. And you can adjust the laser parameter and speed of each cutting line to do half cut and full cut. You can also cut dotted lines that you can tear like a ticket. It's also possible to print variable data when printing, but you can see that it scratches variable data with a laser. In emphasizing that our equipment is 100% digital inline equipment. Wouldn't other equipment also be 100% digital? That's right. Much of the inline equipment available on the market is connected to make the digital printer and knife die cutters appear inline or as a combination of digital printers and analog rotary die cutters. If it's not 100% digital inline like this, then offline knife die cutter equipment needs to be installed twice, and if the blade gets dull, you need to constantly replace it. Why not use a rotary die cutter even though it is connected inline? It'll save time without 2 installations, but there's the additional cost of consumables because we have to produce a new flexible die every time. In addition, if the design or paper is changed, you can't use the old die and must order a new one. However, you can print to cut with a single roll installation because AnyJet 2 is a 100% digital inline system with a combination of digital printers and digital laser cutters. Its advantage is its lasers, because you don't need die making for cutting. The biggest difference and advantage it has compared to other inline machines is its laser cutter. Not only does it not need consumables, but the laser can adjust the settings in detail so you can cut various materials in various ways. More laser application details are available on our website, Anytron.com. Lastly, let me introduce the workflow software that controls the inline systems. Anyflow software is a workflow software that includes a RIP function, making it easy to control any Jet2's printer and cutter functions. Even if when using the inline system, it would be a hassle to open the printing software, send it to the cutting software, and then send the job to each piece of software. Anyflow software allows a single system to set up both printer and cutting settings at one time without this inconvenience. It also has a RIP software function as well as workflow. With this one powerful software, you can use various functions such as CMS, variable data generation, and an ink consumption check. Please watch the Anyflow software introduction video on the next slide. You will easily be able to understand its various functions. That's all for today's demo. But I don't think it was enough to fully explain and show all of AnyJet2's features. You might be familiar with analog and digital printers, but you may not have experienced an inline digital printer and laser cutter. There are definitely advantages to analog machines, but we're sure there will be more short-run jobs in the future, so you will agree that there is simply no choice but to go to digital. I can't say that AnyJet2 is the most perfect label printing system of all, but it's a more perfect solution for short-run jobs than any other current digital or analog device, because it has an auto job changeover function and a 100% digital inline system. Once again, thank you for joining us for the AnyJet2 demo today. If you have any questions, demo requests, or sample tests, please send us an email at sales@anytron.com. Thank you.